everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy that you're here for day 7 of this beginner series. My name is Orissa, just in case you forgot. So today we are going to be doing some beautiful stretching for the lower body, for the hips, which should feel really nice after the past week of doing yoga and all these new shapes and things and stuff that your body's been doing. So we'll be stretching it out and feeling really good today. So you might want to grab your couch cushion or 2 or 3 for some support, and then anything else that you might want for your practice. Make sure that you're comfy, and we'll start our practice in child's pose. Alright everyone, so come into tabletop and then bring your big toes together and take your knees wide and come into child's pose. Just sit the hips back and then fold yourself forward. You can bring your forehead down onto the mat. Use props if you need to under the hips or under your chest. Now close your eyes and soften the whole body here. Begin to melt into the floor with gravity and every single breath. Use this time to just arrive on your mat for your practice, to center yourself. And just to settle into this present moment. Breathe deeply into your low belly as best as you can. Notice how the breath feels. Notice how your body feels right here, right now. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, take a few more breaths. Breathe into your hips, your low back, your spine. Amazing, and then bring your hands under your shoulders and walk yourself all the way up so that you're sitting on your heels, nice and tall. Take a deep breath in, deep into the low belly, and exhale out of your mouth. So just sitting in stillness and quickly setting an intention for this practice. The intention I'm offering is one of letting go. So we will be stretching out the hips a lot, and we do store a lot of physical tension and also emotional tension and stress and all sorts of stuff in our hips. So we're going to be releasing a lot of that today. So using every breath to exhale and let it go. So take a deep breath in, breathing in some positive self-love. And exhale, let it go. Arrive, we're here. Let's come into downward facing dog. So find your down dog nice and strong. And now just really start to find that breath. Deepen your breath and make it intentional. Breathing in positive energy and breathing out anything that no longer serves you. Press through your arms, lengthen your spine. Your knees can be bent. Lift those sit bones up towards the sky. Amazing. Lift your heels up high, gaze between your hands, and walk your feet all the way forward. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, come up halfway, lift, and fold all the way down as you breathe out. So good. Lift up halfway again, root your feet down, and then rise with a flat back as you exhale, squeezing your core and your legs. Good. Inhale, circle the arms out and up to the sky, and then palms together at your heart center. Breathing with intention, getting into the flow. Inhale, reach your arms up, and then fold forward. Lift up halfway, breathe in, lengthen the spine. And then plant your hands, step into downward facing dog. So one basic sun salutation just to get a little bit warm. Lift up your heels, squeeze your legs, exhale, roll forward all the way into plank. Knees down if you need to. Shift forward a little bit and bend the elbows, lower all the way to the ground as slowly as you can. So much strength. Untuck the toes, lift up the chest, cobra. Squeeze the elbows in, stay here for an extra breath. So exhale, inhale, lift the heart a little bit more. And then exhale, curl back down. Good. Tuck the toes, press into your hands. You can lift up onto your hands and knees. And then lift your knees up, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Amazing. Breathe here in and out. Once more, breathe in deeply and exhale out of your mouth. Good, so we'll move into a nice deep lizard lunge. So lift up your heels, gaze forward and gaze to the outer edge of your right hand. So your pinky, you're gonna step your right foot all the way there. So if you need to shuffle it and wiggle it forward, no worries. But you want it outside of your hands. Now you can bring the back knee down for a more challenging and strengthening version. You would keep the knee up, but today we can bring it down. Good. Now just begin to sink your hips forward and down. Your back toe is pressing into the mat. Lengthen your spine and start to sink your chest down. Breathe deeply into your hips. If you're feeling super open already, you can come all the way down onto your forearms. Whew. But if you're not feeling that today and that's too much, no worries. Just stay up on your hands. Lift up your right toes, engaging the muscles in your feet, and really just press your foot down into the mat. Good, take another 2 full, beautiful breaths here. Cleansing with every breath out. Nice, now press your hands and your feet really firmly down. Lift up the back knee and your hips, and then step all the way into downward facing dog. Adjust your hands and feet as needed. Shake out the head, pedal out your feet. Maybe sigh it out of your mouth. Amazing. Now lift up the heels again, gaze forward, but gaze to the outer edge of your left hand. You're going to step your left foot all the way forward and wiggle it so that it's in line with your hands. So both hands inside the foot, and you can bring your back knee down. Keep your feet pressing into the mat as you start to sink the hips forward and down, and then start to lower your chest towards the ground. Keep your spine nice and long as you sink, as you breathe, so mindfully, so aware of your present moment. Such a deep opening for the inner thighs, for the hip flexor, for all sorts of things around the hips. If you want, you could come down onto your forearms if you're feeling quite open. And try and keep your spine long, so don't round your back to come down. Keep the spine long and really sink your chest down to the ground to come onto your forearms. Keep the left foot pressing, maybe lift up your toes just to engage that foot. We want everything alive. A few more breaths, a few more moments. Right here, big exhalations. Let some tension go. Amazing. So press into your hands, really root your feet down, lift up the back knee, and then step your left foot to the back of the mat, downward facing dog. Adjust the hands and feet, and take a deep breath right here. Exhale out of your mouth. Good. Now we'll move into 3-legged dog. So reach your right leg up towards the sky. So now you're on your left foot and both of your hands. Both legs are as straight as possible. And kind of extend through your right heel into the air. Inhale here. Exhale, stay. Now lift up right onto the tippy toes of your left foot. Inhale. Exhale, curl your knee in towards your chest. Gaze towards your right thumb and step your foot all the way forward. Again, wiggle it forward as needed. Bring your back knee down and start to walk your right foot across the mat. So we're going to come into pigeon pose, a deep opening for the outer hip. So you want to bring your shin down onto the mat, and you might want to grab a pillow and slide it underneath your right hip. That gives you some more support. So if you're a bit tighter, then your ankle is going to be right underneath your hips, and if you're a bit looser, your ankle is going to be right next to the left wrist. So adjust as needed, and also you can slide the left knee, slide it further back for more depth, or slide it closer to you to lift the hips up more. So kind of find your place for today, you can untuck the back toes, keep that leg nice and extended behind you. And then also keep some activation in your right toes. So try and spread them or just flex them a little bit, so that helps to stabilize the knee joint, so that we're the stress of the pose is in the right hip muscle, not the knee joint. Okay, so now take a nice deep breath in here. You're probably already feeling this nice and deeply in your hips. Keep your toes active on that right foot as you start to fold forward. Now, try and soften, sink your chest down. Maybe you can stack your fists and rest your forehead on your fists or a block or something. Just to relax the neck and shoulder muscles so they don't need to be supporting your head. And now just breathe into your hips and just be right here. As I mentioned, we do store a lot of emotional stress, tension, worry in our hips, so breathe it out. Feel that deep release. Exhale out of your mouth if you need to. One more moment. If anything comes up for you emotionally, just acknowledge it like the clouds passing in the sky. So it's not you, observe it, it's okay, it's all good, and then let it pass, because you are the sky, you're not the clouds. Amazing. So slowly start to press up onto your hands. Tuck your back toe, press into your hands, lift your hips, slide the back knee closer to you so you can balance on it, and then slide your right knee back. So we'll come into tabletop just as a kind of release for this pose. So hands and knees, and then extend your right leg straight back, gently curl it in, and then extend it back one more time. Beautiful. Then come back in, tuck the toes, and come back into down dog. Breathe here, exhale out of your mouth. Amazing. Now we'll reach the left leg up, both legs as straight as they can be. Extend through that left heel, reaching it up and back. Your spine is nice and long. Keep pressing into your fingertips. Amazing. Lift up your right heel a lot. And as you exhale, curl your knee in towards your nose, gaze towards your left thumb, and try and step your left foot all the way forward. Bring the back knee down. Wiggle that foot up if you need to, no worries. Now start to walk your foot, wiggle your foot across the mat and bring your shin down. Maybe slide your pillow right underneath the left hip. Now you want your right leg to be extending straight back behind you. You can untuck the toes if you'd like. Keep some activation in your left toes and just see where, like how bent you want your knee to be. So how close the heel is to your hips or to your right wrist, depending on how tight the hips are feeling today. Now take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine, and then fold forward. Trying to keep the spine as long as you can, and sinking your heart towards the floor, and then deepening your breath, breathing so deeply into that left outer hip. Every breath out, you're releasing something, letting go of something that you've been holding on to, whether that's just some tension in your muscles or something greater. And then filling that new space with positive energy, with compassion and kindness and love for yourself with every single breath in. Breathe into the intensity, soften a little bit more. Amazing. Come up onto your hands, bring them underneath the shoulders, tuck the back toes, press into your hands, lift the hips and slide your back knee further forward, and then extend your left knee back, tabletop, move your pillow out of the way. And extend the left leg straight back, and then curl it in, and extend it straight back, and curl it in. Amazing. One final down dog. Tuck the toes, lift your knees, hips go high, pedal out your feet. Inhale deeply and sigh it out of your mouth. Really make a sound. No one can hear you. Let it feel good. Really signal to your body to release. It's all good. Amazing. And then bring your knees down and come into seated so you can cross your ankles, flip yourself over the feet, and then you're in seated. You can turn sideways, or if you have space, just take your legs wide on your mat. Now you want your knees and toes to be pointing up. So, and you also want your spine to be long. So if you're doing this and the back is rounding, you can't sit straight, so the pelvis is tilting back, then you need to lift up your hips and sit on a pillow. No shame at all in elevating your hips here. A lot of people, most people, are really tight, especially guys, so no worries, lift up your hips if you need to. You want to tilt the pelvis slightly forward, so kind of sticking your butt out behind you. Maybe you're already feeling this in the inner thighs, maybe even the low back, or who knows where, the hamstrings. So you could just have your fingertips behind you and lengthen your spine and just breathe here and try and kind of soften into the pose. If you're feeling good and you want to get a bit more of a stretch, then lengthen your spine, leading with your heart. Start to fold forward. And then pause. And you can just kind of bring some weight onto your hands. Maybe you're on your forearms. Maybe you are flat on the floor. It doesn't really matter. All that matters is how it feels in your body. Bring a bit of softness into wherever you are, into your place. Breathing space into the inner thighs. Deepening your breath. Lengthening those strong, beautiful muscles in your body. Breathing out all worries. Breathing in so much goodness. Faith that you are exactly where you're meant to be, right here, right now. It's all good. Amazing. Press into your hands and come all the way back up if you folded forward. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and bring your legs all the way together. We'll do one more stretch with the legs straight out in front of you so you can turn on your mat, face forward, extend the legs straight. So if you were sitting up on something in the last pose, you should probably keep sitting up on something for this one. So just start with bent knees a little bit and kind of scoot your sit bones back. You can even kind of grab your butt cheeks and pull them out so that the sit bones are grounded on the floor or on your pillow. Your pelvis is tilting forward a little bit and your spine is staying long. So we don't want to round the spine like this. You want to keep it nice and long. So again, maybe just the fingertips behind you, gently pressing your heart forward. That might be good enough for you today. If you can straighten the legs a little bit more, and you want to fold, then start to fold, leading with your heart. That's such a beautiful way to think about it for me. Leading with your heart, you're folding forward. It helps to keep your spine happy and long and just get that beautiful alignment that we want, which is a happy, nice, long spine. So once you've folded forward as much as you can and you have reached your edge, soften and gently lean into it and use your breath to dissolve some of that muscular tension that you might be feeling in your body. Take 2 more full breaths here. Enjoy whatever you're feeling. Amazing. And then come all the way up. Grab your pillow. We'll finish our class in a comfortable seat. So lift up your hips, sitting on your heels or cross-legged, whatever feels better for you. Sit up tall. Maybe just wiggle out the body. Take a deep breath in. Deep, deep, deep breath in. And then exhale out of your mouth. Now just sit in this stillness for a moment. Bring some awareness to your hips, to the lower body, allowing that energy to settle. Take a moment to feel a bit of gratitude for your body, for wherever it is today, for its unique, amazing wonderfulness, and everything that your body allows you to do. Feel some love in your heart for yourself. Lift yourself up so that you can share more of your goodness and you have more to share with all of your loved ones and everyone in your life. Inhale, circle your arms out to the sides and all the way up to the sky. Big breath in, get as tall as you can be. And then bring your palms together at your heart. So beautiful. Honoring the goodness in everyone. The light that is within me bows to the light that is within you. Namaste. Thanks everyone. I hope you enjoyed. That was day 7. Just a few nice deep stretches for the hips. So come back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be our final day of this amazing beginner series, and we are going to do a full flow. So we're gonna put it all together into an actual full class. So that'll be really fun. It's gonna feel really good. We might add a few new things. So you're gonna have to come back and see for yourself tomorrow. So make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Let me know how your hips are feeling, how you're feeling. I would love to hear from you. So leave me a comment and I will see you tomorrow for our final class of this beginner series. Thanks so much. Have a beautiful day.